Good afternoon. Butterscotch, what's up? How are you, man? Having a good day? Thank you for stopping by the stream again. It's very kind. Steve1E, what's up? Hey, Steve1E, what's up, man? How are you? Having a good day? You know what, Steve1E, what I actually was thinking about last night? I was watching some highlights of Djokovic. Is that his name? Nikola Jokic. I think that's how you say his name. But he's from Serbia. I mean, I'm sure you already know that. But so, good, man. I'm glad you're having a good day. Yeah, I hope you're all having a good day. Steve1E. Yes. Yeah, so is basketball a really big deal in Serbia, Steve1E? Butterscotch. Go again. Yeah, that's my plan for today is to keep learning more about Go. Suhas. Sup. Hello, Suhas. Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for coming to hang out. Appreciate you. I was going to post in the Discord really quick. Although I see most people probably from the Discord are already here, which is awesome. So, Steve1E, did you grow up playing basketball? Was that like mandatory? Djokovic plays tennis. There's also a bunch of great basketball players. Yeah, there's a ton, isn't it? So Nikola Jokic, he plays for the Nuggets right now. And then isn't Luka Doncic's Slovenian. Yeah, the giant guy. Yeah. Don't really know their names. Yeah. So did you grow up playing basketball, though, Steve1E? It was like a mandatory thing? Network Bib. Hello. Hello, Network Bib. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Y'all can watch me struggle through more Go learnings. I actually had a pretty I actually had a really productive night last night coding. Well, I didn't do much coding, but I finally got an application like published and out the door that I had been working on. Steve1E, I did play basketball, but I played water polo more. We are also really good in water polo. Water polo is the that's like the volleyball, but in the pool. Network Bib. I also played basketball. I stopped because my team sucked. Well, Network Bib, you don't just quit on your team like that, man. You got to grind it out, you know? Water polo. I'm pretty sure that's the yeah, that's the sport that's in the pool. It kind of looks like volleyball, but no, it's not like volleyball. It's more like soccer, like handball, but in the pool. I didn't realize Serbia was good at that. It is considered to be one of the most successful men's water polo teams in the world. Wow. Okay. Well, Steve1E teaches me something again. It's football, but in pool. Or soccer. Yeah, that makes sense. Suhas, gold medal in basketball, grade 6. Yeah. I stopped playing basketball myself in like 7th grade. 50% of my basketball team hated me for some reason. Ugh, that's too bad, Network Bib. I mean, hopefully it wasn't because you were frustrated with them. Like, hopefully you weren't telling them to their face that they all sucked, because that would definitely explain why 50% of them didn't like you. Search for Serbian NBA players. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh wow, yeah, there's a lot. This is the guy I always was. This is the guy I was thinking about last night. I was watching highlights of him on TikTok. Wow, there's been a lot. Whoa. That's pretty crazy, man. I didn't realize they had Serbia had such a strong basketball culture. That's pretty cool. CJ, no, I'm not gonna do that because that name seems suspect. Oh, I need my terminal, don't I? One of the things. Oh, I forgot to put this on my list, my running list of things to do. One of the things I want to do is I want to set up. Or I already did this. I set up. If you guys are curious, I did make a video about me setting up Emmet in NeoVim. It's probably not applicable to you if you're not using a similar base configuration as me, but it may be helpful. So I already did this. So the one thing I want to do is I want to spend some time setting up VS Code to work with Vim motions. Okay, got our terminal. No, not Learn Go. Web Go. CJ Hernandez. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm glad you understand. Network Bib. Can review my portfolio site? I coded it by myself. Oh, yeah, for sure. I actually said we were going to do that. Will you send it to me? Suhas. It's just one plugin. Plugin Vim in VS Code. Okay, I'll check that out, Suhas. I tried to do that, Suhas. No lie. Like I did install that plugin, but the key bindings felt weird. Like it didn't feel right. Like I couldn't do all my normal VS Code key bindings, so I need to make sure I figure out like I want it to feel like how I would normally use VS Code, but when I'm in the editor, I want to be able to navigate with them motions. So I got frustrated the first time I installed that plugin. I was like, I'm gonna have to spend time figuring this out. So I uninstalled it. But when I'm in a more patient headspace, I need to give it a shot. Steve1E, Nikki got him. Sent in Discord in general section. Nikki, I'm taking everyone with me. What do you mean? You're taking everyone to the vibe coding side? Network Bib, I see your link. I'm gonna real quick. I'm just gonna open it off stream so I don't create any issues for myself. Okay, yep, this is safe. Looks like it's safe to show on stream. All right. Let's see. We got location, email, phone number. I guess I should have asked you. I guess you're okay with your email and phone number being out there because it's on your public website. Okay, so let's see. Network security automation. Oh, these are your projects. Okay, I like that. This is kind of interesting. I've never seen someone put this on their portfolio. Yeah, I'm not going to the vibe coding side. I mean, I might use AI tools, but I'm definitely not going to stop learning how to program and develop and software architecture, and I'm definitely going to keep growing that skill set regardless of the state of AI. Like that's the thing people that's the funny thing people like. It's funny because I I think I've said this before on stream, but like I don't really care the state of the developer workplace. Like I'm going to keep programming and coding no matter what because I just enjoy the process and I enjoy the activity. So even if no one wants to hire me to do anything with code, I'll still be doing it. But what I was going to say is, yeah, I've never seen anybody do the dark web thing. That's kind of cool. I like the tabs. That's nice. One thing though, I might suggest network bib. This is not like a, you definitely need to do this. This is just a like personal thing. I would actually make this scroll bar here, like the overflow. I would actually move that overflow to the main content section. That way the tabs are always visible and your information is always visible on scroll. I see you have like a sticky scroll thing for the tabs, but I would if it was me, I'd probably move that to that main content section. But if that's what you were going for, it's all subjective. But I do like the scroll. I like the sticky scroll with the tabs, so I can change sections whenever I'd like to. I like the skills. Language is nice. Oh, you're multilingual. That's awesome, man. Certifications, that's cool. I like the interests tab. Although the interest tab looks a lot like the skills tab. This information seems a little redundant. But yeah, the only thing I might add network bib is the only thing I would add is I might add like in this section right here, like under your name maybe, like maybe something about what you do, like what is your skill set, right? Like you could say like, I build high converting marketing sites, right? Or I architect. Whoops, that didn't work. You could do something like I architect scalable and maintainable distributed systems, right? Just something that's like a headline. Because I would imagine you're going to want, this is going to be a site like you want people to go to who might be thinking about hiring you. But yeah, I love it, man. This is cool. It looks good. I love the cards. Yeah, looks great, man. Nice work. Very nice. Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Network Bib. I appreciate you, man. It takes some courage to build something and put it out publicly and share it with others. So that's awesome, dude. Let's see, I missed a couple of your chats. Let me go back here for a second. CJ Hernandez. Yeah, I mean, the stream's not really about Google and random things, man. So appreciate your ideas. But we're probably not going to spend a bunch of the stream Googling things. Steve1E getting pretty close with the weather app. Also made simple emoji picker for Linux. Oh, interesting. So I guess Linux doesn't have a, like on Windows, Windows, I just type the Windows key and then period, and it brings up an emoji picker. So I'm guessing that doesn't really exist in the Linux world. CJ Hernandez. I know another thing. Yeah, I'm CJ. I'm not going to Google anything. Maddox, good afternoon, Steven. Good afternoon, Maddox. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you. Network bib, I like it much. Well done. Yeah, I agree with Nikki. Yeah, network bib. Way to go, man. Serendip, bro, you spoofing DKIM SPF records? Me? Are you asking me that, Serendip? Oh god, I gotta take the cap off before I drink it. Because if so, no. I'm not doing anything like that. Riza, dude, InVim 0.11 came out. Have you tried it? No, I have not upgraded. Neo, I don't even know what version I'm on. I'm on 10.3. Is there a big reason? Is there a big reason to upgrade? Like, I guess I can look for myself, can't I? NeoVim version 11. Do they have like a release page here somewhere? There you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Is there some sort of benefit to going to V11? Or I guess version 0.11? Maddox, how did that polyethylene taste? Yeah, it didn't taste very good, man. Reset performance increases. Okay, very cool. Yeah, so then I'll probably put that on the list of to-do things to upgrade. Suhas, would you consider switching to Linux? Suhas, not at the moment. The next laptop I buy will 100% be a Linux daily driver. But at the moment, I just don't feel the need to rush on that, because if I want to do Linuxy things, I just say SSH into one of my VPSs, and now I'm in Linux land and I can do Linuxy things. There's nothing really about the GUI, the Linux GUI, right? That like desperately makes me need to spend time over there. I also have WSL set up on Windows, so if I really wanted to do something like that, I could. But the biggest thing, Suhas, with switching to Linux as a daily driver is then it requires me to have two separate machines, because a lot of the stuff, productivity and content creation stuff, is not necessarily compatible with a lot of Linux distros. That you have to go down the rabbit hole of building things from source, and just not interested at the moment in jumping into that world. Yeah, you drink out, of course. Thank you, Nikki, for explaining that. CJ Hernandez with the random comment. Do you have a deadwood? Because I yeah. What what do you consider? What distro do you consider? I just use Ubuntu. Like, that's the only one I've really used. I used Kali Linux a little bit when I was doing like hack the box stuff. But I mean, that's about it. Ubuntu. Ever had that you are working on a project and you get blue screen and your project is gone? So hold on real quick. Before I say anything, let me knock on some wood. But no, I've never had that happen. I've also never really experienced like a really significant data loss event. But I've always been very cautious ever since I've had a computer to have a backup of a backup of a backup. You know, so like I have most of my files are redundantly stored in a couple different cloud systems, and then I have I use Backblaze, if you guys have ever heard of that. So I have a Backblaze subscription. That's sort of like my offsite backup. But then I have my files stored up in the cloud on Almost all my code repos and stuff are on GitHub. And then the computers themselves are backed up to Backblaze. So yeah, I have never had an unfortunate event like that, but if I ever do, I should be able to reclaim most of my stuff. Nikki, what's even worse is if you vibe code and the internet goes down. Yeah, that sounds like a really shitty experience. Network Bib, I don't have the money for that backup system of yours. Oh yeah. Well, Network Bib, I think if you don't want to pay for the different cloud like Google Drive, OneDrive, that type of thing, I would encourage you to look at Backblaze. Backblaze, in my opinion, and granted, when I say affordable, I understand that means different things for everybody. But it's like $8 per computer, I think. They have a personal. Let me see pricing monthly. Yeah, it's like okay, so it's $9 a month for a personal backup. I think it's definitely worth the. I've had it for a long time now. I've used back. I've never actually had to like. I mean, I've restored computers with my backups there, but I've never actually had like an event where I've had to like have them send me a hard drive or anything like that. Wait, somebody? Oh, okay, yeah. I'll do it right now, okay? There you go. It looks like you sent me two, but I approved it. Victor, what's up, Walta? Who's Walta? It's a joke. We were talking one day on stream. We were talking about what were we talking about? I think someone asked if because of my degree I knew how to cook an illicit substance, and then because of that question we devolved into talking about Breaking Bad, and then Walter started coming up. That's terrible, Network Babe. I'm sorry you've had a data loss like that before. That's really crappy. Riza, what languages do you dev in daily basis? TypeScript and C#, Riza. That's primarily what I work in. If I'm going to do something on the front end, if I'm going to build, and I primarily do web development. So if I'm going to build something for the front end, it's going to be in, obviously, TypeScript probably. And then if I'm going to do something on the back end, typically I'll reach for C#. However, I did recently write a small little application in Hano.js, and that was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed that. Nikki sent something in the Discord. Yeah, that is pure pain, bro. Yeah, I don't envy where you are. Use search params. Ah, yeah. Next.js. The wonderful world of Next.js. Victor, it was me. Yeah. Kumar, Breaking Bad code. Dude, Breaking Bad is such a great show. Nikki, I saw your Discord message, man. That sucks, dude. I do not envy you. I mean, Next.js is a very cool framework. It just is a lot of there's a lot of abstraction, right? Which means the minute you do anything remotely sort of clever, you immediately run into all the layers of abstractions, and that's no fun. Kumar, Hano.js, another JS framework. Can you talk more about it? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's called Hano. If you go to hano.dev. So it's kind of like the modern equivalent. It's kind of like the better Express, I guess, is what people, it's built around web standards. It supports a lot of different runtimes. You can run it on Cloudflare workers. You can do it through Dino can run it, Bun. You can run it in AWS, Lambdas, Node. So it's good stuff. But yeah, they just to me it was a really. I mean, I've written a lot of Express applications, especially when I was first learning how to program and code. And this was just a really, really nice experience. All I built with it was basically a single API. It was an API with a single endpoint that kicks off an integration. But one of the things they do, I can actually show you the thing I built. One of the things I really liked about it is it has first-class support for Zod to validate your inputs. So let me go in here and I can kind of show it to you what it looks like. So if we go here, so right, you can define your request schema using Zod, and then all you do is when you add a middleware that's basically a validation middleware, and you give it a key that basically tells what part of the request you want this validator to work on, and then you can just use Zod to do the validation. And this is a little bit more verbose. They actually have an actual Zod middleware that's kind of like their first class support for it. But yeah, it was really nice to work with. The async experience in Hano is much better than Express. If you've written any Express application, you know that you have to do some really weird stuff to have asynchronous route handlers. You kind of have to wrap them to make it all play nice. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So maybe if you get some time, check it out. Nikki, the same error for like 8 deploys. Yeah, that means that means you've done something wrong, I guess. Suhas, what's your wallpaper? What do you mean? My wallpaper, like for my desktop? I've got a lot of windows here. My wallpaper is just a lake path. Let me see if I can. Or actually, it's the same background for Edge. This right here. This is a lake path. So like here's the this is like some lake, and then this is obvious. Oh god, why can't I draw an arrow? So lake over here, and then a path along the lake. It's just pretty. That's why I have it. Because I like to look at it. I'm a simple man. Network bib, 216 projects. Damn. Yeah, it's a. I've spent a lot of time over the last 4 to 5 years coding. Anyone know the best Dostoevsky book for the first? I do not. Yeah, like this site has 160 files, so more complex the problems. Yeah, the more complex, the more problems you're gonna run into. Maddox, were you / work affected with CloudStrike? No, we weren't. I think we have become too reliant on automation. We need to have paper / redundancy to keep the wheels turning with widespread computer / network outages. Yeah, Suas, that's super pretty, man. Thanks for sharing that in Discord. Network bib. What is that lo-fi generator tab? Okay, this is the site I use for my music. I don't know if can you guys hear the music? I can turn it up a little bit, but if you ever hang out in a stream or watch one of my videos, I usually have this like lo-fi music playing in the background, and that's the website I use. And it's very baller because it's algorithmically generated music, so you don't have to worry about like copyright issues and things like that. So I highly recommend that if you're into lo-fi music. Okay, yeah. So that's where the music's coming from. Is lofigenerator.com. Pigeon, yo. What's up, Pigeon? Excuse me. Maddox, about your comment about being too reliant on automation, for sure. For sure, we should have paper redundancies. I mean, Maddox, you work in the medical system, so you kind of know. Maddox, I even use it in my streams. Oh, awesome, dude. That's wonderful. But you kind of know, like in the in medical systems, everything's become electronic medical records. But when those systems have to go down for upgrades and maintenance and stuff, everyone goes back to paper charts. And I think anybody should have that type of a protocol, right? If you're dependent on automation, you need to have a way to account for when that thing shits the bed. Pigeon, so what are you doing tonight? Any projects? I'm going to learn Go. I'm going to keep learning some Go. I'm getting to the end of my journey here, though, so I should be able to start working on an actual proper project. And this is just basically teaching me how to serve static assets is what I'm going to work on next. Butterscotch, you look like Tej. Are you guys twins? Are you talking about TJ DeVries, the guy that the Neovim dude, and the guy that hangs out with Primogen all the time? I've never had anybody tell me I look like him, but no, we're not twins. Yes, Pigeon, I am learning. That's what I'm gonna work on today too, and I probably will stream for about an hour and a half or so. Where I got to get showered up and stuff because we're going over to my father-in-law's for dinner again. What is that Discord server logo? My Discord server logo? It's literally just a ChatGPT image. And the prompt I gave it was like, I have a Discord server. I like to write code, lift weights, and do stuff with tech, and that's what it generated for me. Pigeon, okay, I'll be here haunting you. Good luck, brother. Yeah, we'll see. Kumar, yes, Async and Express is just a lot of work. I want to ask why use Zod over other schema alternatives. I only used it because that was the first time I'd ever used Hano.dev, Kumar, and they in their docs they just talk about, hey, this is a nice way you can do validation as a middleware, kind of separation of concerns instead of having that validation logic live in your route handler. You just put it as a middleware to that particular route. But you could probably use other alternatives, and kind of implement the same idea. Maddox, my channel logo is ChatGPT as well. Yeah, man, ChatGPT is great for that. It's like low effort image generation. I'm not really much of a graphic designer or artist myself, so it's wonderful for that kind of stuff. Network bib, just use your YouTube profile logo. Oh, would you prefer that? I can do that if you'd like. If you'd prefer that. Any? Oh yeah, I'll let. I've already answered that question for Steve1E. I was not very helpful, so maybe you guys can offer him some good advice there. Kumar, Pigeon, you are on 1.24, right? Yes, I believe so. Yep. I guess I can double check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's. We just installed the latest when we set up Go a couple weeks ago. Oh, it's just Go version. Go version. Yeah, 1.24.1 is the version I'm on. Kumar, a coder can do anything to not do graphics designing. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing graphic design when it's like creating a thumbnail and stuff like that. Like, that's fine. But like, if I have to do something real artistic, right, or like drawing, like I'm just not very fast at it, and I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. So sometimes I'll just let ChatGPT do the level or the heavy lifting for me. I'm gonna move that over here. All right, so we're just gonna. I've already kind of done this. They showed us how to do this like in the very first tutorial, but I'm gonna disable Copilot. All right, so we have a file server, and we generate that by calling http.fileserver. http.dir. We're going to give that assets. Although I'm curious, what does dir do? Dir implements file system using the native file system restricted to a specific directory tree. So that means that this file server can only access files in that assets directory. That's nice. .handle, and then we'll say anything coming to static. Anything coming to static, we're going to strip the prefix. Oh, not stripe. And we're going to say static. Excuse me. And then we're going to pass in our file server. So our file server, we're just basically delegating the handler there. And now we say format dot print line is going to be server listening on port 80. http.listen serve 8080 and nil. And then we need to create some assets, don't we? So assets, and then let's do another folder, CSS, and then inside here we'll say styles.css. We'll just put body, background, color, black. Let's see, tab, and we'll do just cd into web and go. So go run. Oh yeah, it kind of got dark, didn't it? Suos, I like graphic design. Yeah, graphic design can be fun. It's just if you're not very good at something, right, then it takes time away from the thing, you know. So when time is the limited resource, you got to kind of pick and choose what you spend your time on. Pigeon, please use standard Go mod init structure. It's Go mod init GitHub I guess that's GitHub / your username / project name. It allows you to just pull binaries with Go install later. Okay, awesome. I'll remember that when I'm actually building something that's a binary that someone would want to install. Maddox, is it storming near you right now? Actually, yes, it is. It's not storming right now, but it's supposed to storm overnight. That's one of the reasons, too. We don't have a basement where we live, so that's why one of the reasons we're going over to my father-in-law's house, because there's supposed to be some nasty storms coming. Network bib. What is the difference between NeoVim and Vim? I think I'm not an expert network bib, so forgive me. Someone in the chat might be able to answer it more elegantly, but the main thing is I think NeoVim's more extensible, if I understand it, and easier to configure maybe. But that's about the only thing I can offer. Pablo, how are you liking Go? I actually am kind of I'm taking to it a little bit. I think what I have liked about it so far is it seems really straightforward to build server side web apps, server side rendered server side rendered web apps, and whether that be a single page or a multi-page, seems very straightforward. It seems like there's a lot of things that just come out of the box that work really well. So far, yeah, I've got no. I do think it's crazy that they don't have a Go watch command. I think that's crazy. That's not built into the CLI. And what else have I thought about it? Yeah, that's my only thought so far. Pablo, Pigeon, that advice. Yeah, I figure. Yeah, I really appreciate the advice, Pigeon. I just, I haven't been paying too much attention to the allowing other people to work with the stuff, because this repo is purely just for my own ability to look back and see what I've learned. Kumar, hey, have you tried Go with Test? It's one of the best paths. Also planning on continuing the LLM book. Yes, I have been continuing the LLM book. Yeah, so I've actually been doing a lot of that in the evenings when typically after my kids go to bed. That's usually when I spend time kind of learning and building. So I've been doing that in the evenings. It's good. The book's really good. It's a complex topic. I can see why people have, entire PhDs in the field. So it's very complex, but it's definitely helping me have a better conceptual understanding of what these transformers are under the hood. A lot of it is vectors and matrix multiplication. That's kind of my takeaway so far at this point. I have not tried Go with Test, so I'll add that to my list of Go resources. Go with Test. I love that the learn with tests things, because so many curriculums do not prioritize testing. Like, how many tutorials have you followed, or curriculums have you done where like testing is not even a consideration, which is kind of shitty. Okay, cool. I'm guessing this is what you're talking about. Suhas, can I get your notes on the AI topic, please? Yeah, for sure, Suhas. As soon as I finish the book, I'll be happy to share them. They're in an Obsidian notebook right now, but I'll be happy to pass them along. Network Bib, why don't you use VS Code? I used VS Code for a real long time, and I really enjoy VS Code. The NeoVim thing's kind of just a side quest that started at the beginning of this year. After like one night of watching a ton of YouTube videos about it from on a channel called Typecraft, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a go, because I had seen people working in NeoVim for a while, and I was like, man, that looks a lot of fun. So I don't know how long I'll stick with NeoVim as my primary editor. I will tell you that I will forever stick with Vim Motions. That has really been a game changer. And I'm not even particularly good at Vim Motions at this point, but I really enjoy that keyboard-centric workflow in the editor. Like, I find myself in Microsoft Word and Google Docs and WYSIWYG editors now trying to do Vim Motions to navigate, and then realizing, oh wait, that doesn't work. But yeah, this was the guy, Typecraft. You guys should go subscribe to his channel. This guy, he has a series called NeoVim for Noobs. This one right here, it was really good. It's 10. Wow, that's crazy, Nikki. Victor, what are you talking about in what field? I was talking about machine learning, artificial intelligence, transformers, that type of thing, Victor. Like, I can just see why it's such a complex field, you know? Excuse me. Pigeon, oh, you jumped straight. You straight jumped in Neovim with, but not Vim motions before it. Nice, dude. Yeah, I just went headlong, man. Victor, I do not listen to that. I have used Notepad++. I think it's a perfectly fine program. I think why use that when you can use if you can use something like VS Code other than just personal preference, I guess. I use VS Code and WebStorm. Well, I've used VS Code a lot. I've used WebStorm a handful of times. I actually went to a JavaScript meetup here in town like 8 months ago, and there's a guy that works for JetBrains who lives here in town and usually goes to those meetups, and he presented and he gave out like free codes for like 6 months or something of WebStorm, and it was fun to try a different editor. JetBrains makes really good products. Okay, Victor, I'll add that recommendation to the list. Kumar, have you given Helix IDE a try? I like using it. I have not. I've actually never heard of Helix. Oh, I never did actually try my server, did I? I shut it down before making a request. I just want to see if it serves the static file. So let's split this. Let's see, split, Alt Shift minus, Alt Shift minus. Disable this, and we'll just say, there we go. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, that tutorial wasn't super helpful because I kind of already knew how to do that from the very first tutorial. Although I don't think they had me create a file server in that first tutorial, so that's okay. That's good to know about. Pigeon, you're one step short of becoming a Giga Chad. You develop Go and use Invim. It only lacks Arch. Yeah. I mean, I probably like even after I learn Go, like even if I get like relatively proficient in Go, I probably still at this point I still prefer C sharp. But we'll see. Let's see, Victor. WebStorm and PyCharm and others are free for personal use. Yeah, I guess the WebStorm licenses must have been maybe something he gave out for maybe commercial licenses or something. I don't know. I remember he just gave a code and I used it. Maybe that was before it was free for personal use. I know they recently changed that. Like Rider, I know was forever a paid thing, and they recently made that free for personal use. Shan Mugam. Hi, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you too, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream again. It's nice to see people that I've seen in streams previously. So it's really cool to have kind of like a running conversation with people. Oh yeah, Kumar asked about Helix, and I was gonna look at that real quick before I go into the next thing here. Helix editor. Oh, it's a postmodern text editor. Well, it kind of has like a Neo Vimy vibe, right? Huh? Yeah, that looks really good. That definitely looks like something I'd want to try. Do they have it available for Windows? Do you need to build it from source? Ooh. Oh no, you can download pre-built binaries. So there's the Windows binary. Yeah, I guess I'll have to give that a try, man. Do I already have that on my list, though? Why do I feel like I may have that on my list? Oh, no, I don't. I have try Zed. Let's see. Try Helix editor. This list of things to try on stream is getting long. Pigeon, yeah, it's terminal based. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I'll have to give it a try. It's basically a batteries included NeoVim with slightly different commands. The philosophy is that you see the selection before making a modification. Interesting. Yeah, I like the idea of batteries included because that's definitely one of the pain points, right, with NeoVim. Is it took quite a bit of work to get NeoVim, you know, even to the point where it was kind of on par with my VS Code setup. So I like the ideas of kind of batteries included. Pigeon, yo, you have a big list. Yeah, I do. It keeps growing. Suhas, I think you need a proper task manager. Oh, what, you don't like my notepad approach? Yeah, I do have a better task management for work, but for personal stuff, it's normally just a to-do list. I mean, every task manager just boils down to to-do list. See, only bad thing is that it currently doesn't have any plugins. Yeah, I mean, that's the bad thing about any new thing, right? Is like you just don't have the benefit of an ecosystem around you. Pigeon, but the power of NeoVim is that you configure it yourself for your needs and your preferences. You're right, Pigeon. That is the power of it, but it is kind of a pain in the ass, right? Like, if you want to do debugging of .NET programs in NeoVim, you know, it just works in VS Code. It just works in Visual Studio, right? And it's kind of painful in NeoVim to get that all working. Which tells me that it tells me that the primary developers who are using NeoVim are primarily doing things a certain way. Like they're doing print debugging. They're not using a test runner, a visual test runner. They're probably using a command line test runner, which is fine. It's like it's totally fine. But for somebody like me who's coming from a different place, right, who has a certain style of workflow, getting NeoVim to support that was kind of a lift. Yeah, Gandalf, I'm not sure I'm gonna even react to those messages anymore, man. I find it all very sus. Network bib, can you help me with the problem? Oh, let me look. Sorry, I've been ignoring the Discord. Let's see, can someone help me with this? When I edit a file with VS Code, the save icon doesn't show up. So I have to close the file and click on save with the warning pop up. GW, that is an option, but I prefer the save icon. Oh yeah, I don't know, man. I probably can't. I've never had that issue, and personally I use Control S. Like in VS Code, it just, my files autosave when I switch files. I think I have it set up to just autosave. Yeah, I don't know why the save icon wouldn't display though. Sappy, hello Mark Zuckerberg. Thanks, Sappy. That's how kind of you. That's such a kind thing to say to another human being. Pigeon, I don't know that, so but I know debuggers are a thing in Vim. They are, yeah, and I've set up debuggers. I have debugger for I don't have a debugger for Go set up yet, but I do have debugger set up for JavaScript, for server side and client side. I have debugger for C Sharp. My point is that it's kind of a tall lift. Also, Pigeon, when you say you stay away from Microsoft stuff, does that mean you don't use GitHub? You don't use TypeScript? You don't use LSP? Like the language server protocol, that's Microsoft. GitHub, Microsoft. TypeScript, Microsoft. I'm pretty sure the debug adapter protocol is Microsoft. It's hard to do development and not touch a Microsoft product. Sappy, what are you doing? I am trying to learn Go. I'm trying to learn how to do web development in Go, particularly. And I think the next thing on my list is looks like it's learning about forms is the next thing. No, dude, I didn't say Microsoft products. I meant Windows dev environments. Oh. Interesting. I thought you said I stay away from Microsoft stuff. So I thought you meant like anything that comes out of Microsoft is no bueno for you. Because there's definitely a group of people in the dev environment who like to act like Microsoft is the evil Death Star. And maybe it was at one point. I don't really think it is, especially the developer side of that organization now, but Suhas, I want to learn where should I start? You mean, Suhas, you want to learn development? You want to learn coding? That kind of thing? Kumar, Microsoft does so much for the coding community, but every other dev still shits on Windows. I'm one of them. Yeah, they really do, Kumar. That is like, and I don't get it, man. The developer division at Microsoft has some really smart, cool people doing really great things. And I just don't get it. Suhas, Vim. You want to start learning Vim? The site I used for like Vim Motions to learn Vim Motions was this. Let's see. It's called Vim Adventure. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp into the mic. I found this really helpful to start to get kind of the basic. I'm still not like good at Vim Motions, but this was. Let's see. I found this helpful when learning Vim Motions. And then, kind of like I said earlier, besides that, I just kind of jumped full bore into using an editor that required me to use Vim Motions. Right? So I kind of took like the language equivalent of like moving to a different country and living there for 3 months. If they don't have the, I'm guessing you're saying if they don't have a sinister, maybe is that what you're trying to say, or sincerest intentions, then why is Windows still closed source? It keeps the doubt alive. That's fair. I mean that's totally fair to say. I would say Windows is probably closed source because that's still a product for them. But I don't necessarily, I guess, Kumar, I don't necessarily mean Windows. I mean specifically like the developer division of Microsoft, right? The people who are building the development tools and development platforms. That's kind of what I mean. Like, I understand people want to take shots at Windows, but from a development perspective, I just feel like there's a lot of smart, cool people over there trying to do a lot of things. And if you look at their business strategy isn't really centered around Windows anymore, right? It's centered around like the cloud, Azure, cross-platform. Like Windows is I feel like more of an afterthought these days from a business perspective. I like the pet pictures in Discord. Thanks for sharing, guys. Excuse me. I think I need to go blow my nose. Network bib, I gotta... Yeah, don't worry about it, man. Do your thing. Yeah, I don't blame you guys, you know, for not wanting to develop on Windows. I personally have enjoyed it. It's only the only thing I've really used. I mean, I had a MacBook when I first started coding, and then that MacBook has since become not, it works, but it has to be plugged in all the time to work. And the new MacBooks are just way too expensive for this guy. All right, so let's write our first form in Go. Okay, so make dir forms. Go mod init. And then new item. Call it forms.go. Somebody's in Discord again. All right. So we are going to have Copilot disable. Package main. Is this directive, guys? This is how I'm thinking about it, but I want someone to tell me I'm wrong or if I'm right. So when I declare package main, is that kind of like declaring a namespace? Pigeon, I sent you my mvim Go debugger in Discord. It's like 50 lines with UI. I never used it myself, so if it's broken, sorry in advance. Nah, I appreciate you sending that, man. I would love to have something to work off of, because I have mvim DApp set up and I have mvim DApp UI set up, so I'm assuming I should be able to plug in the Go debugger relatively straightforwardly, but we'll see once I get there. Okay, so we're doing import and we're going to take in HTML template. We're also going to pull in the HTTP module. We're going to declare a new type. Contact details. And we're going to say email is a string. Subject is a string. Message is a string. Okay, function main. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to parse our template, which we don't have yet, but we're going to pretend like we do. Template.parse files forms.html http.handle bunk. I need to come up with a snippet for this handler though. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, why didn't that work? Oh, that's not a snippet. I need a snippet for this for these function handlers because I do not enjoy writing this every time. But it's probably good reps for me to practice writing it, honestly. Okay, then we need to set up http.listen. Excuse me. Are there code actions in? Nice. Yeah, like that. Tantai says, "Oh my gosh, Windows try to look like a Linux users." Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call it that. It's really just a VS Code user trying to become a NeoVim user. Pigeon, it's like a module in Node modules. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's like a namespace, right? Like a package. Key for quad. Yeah, I remember you, man. Sorry, yeah, I didn't mean to ignore your comment. I was thinking there for a second. I was typing, and I'm not a very fast typer. Melgio, how is using NeoVim trying to be like Linux user? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can see how someone might come into the chat and say that, but I'm really not trying to pretend like I'm a daily Linux user. I mean, I do use Linux. I just primarily use it for hosting, like as a server, as like a server operating system. But I'm not hardcore. I don't daily drive it. I'll never be a Giga Chad developer. And I'm okay with this. Okay, so this is interesting. So this is how this is very interesting. So this is why an earlier tutorial showed me how to use a package, right? Because which I think is weird. I honestly think this is weird that Go doesn't support this. That you can't identify this as like only for post actions. Like in an earlier tutorial, where is it? It's in this tutorial. In the routing, they have me use this extra package called Gorilla Mux because it can do this kind of thing. It can do this kind of thing. But the default library in Go can't. So, which means you literally just have to handle it as an if statement. That's interesting. Yeah, that's ugly. No wonder no one likes to do that. No wonder people want a third-party package. It's crazy that you would think they would just have like a built-in http.handle post func or something like that, right? Yeah, that seems odd to me. Kamar, where did you use the temple? Oh, it's not complete. Got it. Yeah, it's not complete yet. Nikki, 10x dev. Yeah, never gonna be a 10x dev probably. And I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Okay, details. So this is kind of like your classic view model, right? Contact details. So we're gonna have email, r.form value, and we're gonna get that by, I guess, the name. I wonder if that's the name or the. I'm guessing that's the name in the form value. Subject. Although magic strings always kind of suck. Okay, and then do something with details. And then we say temple.execute. Pass in the writer. I don't know what this struct is. I guess that's just an inline anonymous struct. I don't know. I don't know enough about Go sometimes to parse everything that's happening. Okay, and then now we need our actual form. Forms.html. Okay, now we can use our little handy, so we can say if.success. We do one thing. Else we do another. And then we end. So this is where I can say, sorry, I'm thinking for a second. Emmet. Yeah, curly. So I can say, can show off my Emmet here. So I can say h1 curlies, right? Maybe I can't. h1 curly. Thanks for your message. Nice. God, I don't want to ever have to write markup without Emmet. Network Bib, what is your main coding language? It's definitely C# or TypeScript, Network Bib. Melgio, for what I know is because Go tries to be as simple as possible. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. And it's not really a knock against Go, I just find it interesting. Network Bib, is your internet connection just really slow, or do you have a stream latency? I don't think my internet's real slow. We can do a speed test real quick. Speed test. I should have a gig up, a gig down. My latency doesn't look too bad. Sometimes I just don't pay attention to the chat, and then it takes me a minute to catch up. There is definitely a delay though, and I think part of it's yeah, it's not bad. Latency looks fine. Yeah, my internet looks fine. Yeah, I think there's just a little bit of a delay. I don't have a stream delay on, but I think there just is a little bit of a delay. Pablo, everything looks good. My side of the stream. Okay, cool. Thanks, Pablo. Thanks for confirming. Suhas, you should try learning artificial intelligence on stream. That will be really fun. You mean like the book? Yeah, I have that book that I have been doing some of that on stream, but it's kind of a deep topic, and I really do want to have a good understanding of it, and that takes kind of focused attention, which means then I kind of have to ignore you guys, and I don't want to ignore you guys. If you're hanging out here and you want to chat, Nikki, I have GitHub Mobile and Slack. Makes life so much easier. Suhash, yeah. Yeah, it's just hard with like really deep topics, complex topics like that. It's kind of hard to interact with you guys and also like legit study, right? Like legit try to learn. I'm gonna bump my brightness a little bit. It's a little dark. Yeah, nothing against you, Suhas, or like, not that I don't think you guys would be interested. It's just it's hard to balance that, you know. And my streams are kind of short. Like if my streams are longer, I probably wouldn't feel as bad as like putting on the blinders. But I don't want to do that when you guys are here and wanting to chat, you know. All right, so now we need a form. And its method is going to be post. Which I can do that with a method equals post. Then I can say under this I want label input label. How many do? 1, 2, 3. Well, let's just say label input times 2 plus label text area. What's that give me? Oh, that didn't work right. Got a label. Label for email. I know, I'm such a slow typer. There's probably people watching me that are like, oh my god, this is painful to watch. Oh, no, this should be, yeah. This is going to be subject. This is where someone would have like a macro, right? If someone was really good at VinMotions, they do this all with like a macro, right? Label for message. Oh my goodness. Keep hitting the delete button instead of the equals button. Message, name, message. Text area. And then we're going to have a input type submit, which seems very old school. I would probably just do a button of type system submit, but that's me. Okay. We need to close this one. Pigeon, dude, you can just ignore us. None can chat and learn at the same time. Pigeon, I appreciate that, man. Nikki, AOA, let's see, Kumar, I think it'll be better to learn on stream. We are not normal friend circle where people get offended when someone tries to discuss something deeply. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad. Pigeon, we can talk to each other in chat. Network Bib, do you have a home lab, Steven? I wouldn't really call it a home lab. I do have a VPS here in the house that I use to do things with. But I wouldn't really classify as a home lab because I've seen some people's home labs and they've got some sick setups. All right, let's try to do go run. Allow. Okay, this form is going to look very ugly. Local host 80. Super ugly, but let's see if it works. Steven, let's see. First form in Go. Hi there. Okay, I didn't get the success message. Okay, so I didn't get the success message, so I've done something wrong. Alright, I'm just going to copy this and paste it and try again. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay, that wasn't me. It was or I mean it was me, but it wasn't the wasn't the template. It was the route handler that I screwed up. There we go. Nice. So does that persist now? Like, can I ever get the form back? Oh, there we go. Okay. And what about does Go do proper like redirect? Like, so if I do I probably have to do this manually, don't I? And I submit this. If I go back, okay, that's good. I think that's what I want. Interesting. It's interesting that it preserves the state. Okay, cool. Well, there we go. So I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, I wonder how I guess these form values are coming from, like, if I change the name in the form. Whoops, no, I don't want to search. How do I get, oh my god, how do I get out of here? What have I done? I want to get out of the search. NeoVim tree sitter exit search. Oh, that worked. I just clicked. Yeah, so I think it's just keying off the names, but let me... So if I change this to that, and then I do this, fmt.print line details.email. Okay, and then I go back over here. Allow. Yeah, it's empty. Okay, so it is. That's how it gets it by the name. And I'm guessing if I look at the form value, it's going to tell me that form value returns the first value for the name component of the query. So it looks at form body, URL encoded, then query parameters, then multi-part form data. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Well, I feel like comfortable that I could do some forms then if I need to on my site. The next thing I'm supposed to learn about is middleware, but I don't think I'm going to have time for that today because I need to go get showered up because I literally lifted weights and then came straight to the desk to do this. Oh, we're also going to learn about WebSockets and Go. That's going to be interesting. I like me some WebSockets. Oh, I guess that this form doesn't actually work. It's just like a for instance. Okay, cool. Let me set this back to that. Close this. Write it all out. All right. Nikki, you fixed the error? Nice, dude. Pigeon. Yo, please check the error package for Go for 4th time. You'll appreciate it. Trust me. Okay, sorry. Did I miss you say that earlier? I'm sorry, man. Oh, since you are reading chat now, please check the error package for Go. Sorry, man. I wasn't paying attention. Did I miss anybody else's? If you guys are into ricing, take a look at Axshell. Nikki, I'm glad you fixed your error. Congrats, dude. The web server is working. Pigeon. I like how I'm like 75% of the chat. Yeah. Yeah, you guys have, I mean, you guys have been blowing up my stream. I appreciate that. Let's see. You want me to look at air. Go package. Ooh, live reload for Go apps. Nice. Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm just going to say this, though. That's crazy to me that that's not part of the Go CLI. Like, what's the reason there? Like, why is there no watch command? So you say air dash dash if you want. Where do you install it? You just install it globally, I guess? It's like a global package that just lives on your machine. Huh. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. I just can't believe it's not as simple as doing, like, I just can't believe you can't do Go watch like that. That's wild. Let's see, Pigeon, because Go is compiled. Yeah, go install then in your Tuntai. Give a try Go Collie. It's fun. Okay, I'll check. Man, there's so many things I probably need to check out about Go. Then in your projector, air init. Okay, yeah, definitely. I'll check that out. Like .NET, I mean, C Sharp's compiled, but they're in the CLI. You can just say .NET watch instead of .NET run, and it all works. Just seems like a simple enough feature to put into your CLI tool. If you know people are building web apps with your stuff, seems like you would, people would want to be able to hot reload your stuff. All right, guys. Well, this is a longer stream for me, hour and a half. Look at me. My stamina is growing. But I think that's gonna do it for me. Let's see. What is it? Alt W? Is it Alt W or Control Shift W? There you go. Close. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Good stream, productive. I learned about forms and I learned about serving static files. I think middleware is the last thing I need to really know about to be able to. I mean, at this point, I could build a pretty rudimentary site, I think, with what I know. I probably should spend a little time learning more about the actual language. That would probably be helpful, too. But I was going through the Go tutorial on their website, and then I kind of got bored, and so then I switched over to doing Go by example. But it would be helpful to know a little bit more about the language. Yeah, appreciate you guys. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll be back probably tomorrow. I imagine I'll stream tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. Like I said, on the weekends, the family stuff kind of comes first, and then if things are chill enough that it makes sense to sit down and stream, I do. But I'll let y'all know. If you hang out in the Discord, you'll know for sure. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a video or a short or another stream. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. If it's already Sunday for you, I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. And I'll see you guys next time.